gotta love tacos.
Like sofritas? What do they have?
They use satine when they made a Korean barbecue taco.
I like satine.
Done. Right there.
Then they had a portobello mushroom taco,
Ooh.
and then I got a deep fried avocado taco. It's
Yes.
healthy,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
It's a good fat.
just not the encased in fry fat.
yeah.
But it wasn't like covered with cheese.
Holy crap.
By the way, you like my my vegan pizza?
Looks like a
No,
regular
look at dairy in
old-fashioned
that.
Tony's pizza from here.
Mm-hmm. Tastes like a trashy Tony's pizza too.
worth the eating then.
Mm-hmm.
I made Monte Cristos tonight.
Very nice.
Gots to love it. So Ken's gonna be a little delayed. I kind of had him over because he was passing me a gift, and in accordance to my agreement, dragon's milk. So badass it'll kick yours while sitting down. Stuff
Not
is
the sponsor.
yeah.
Unless.
I don't know. I drink the stuff from time to time. I want to be having some of this during stream too, because it's fucking good. But I just have to be very careful.
It's America's #1 bourbon barrel aged bourbon. Yeah.
Burble.
You know, I like my burble on the rocks. Just a little bit of ice, big old chunk of ice, and a burble.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, there's nothing more American than a glass of burble.
It needs to be a thing.
Brought
That's
to
what I'm
you
doing
by
Burble.
Modelo Especial. When you want to smell your lager before you taste it.
Oh, it still smells just as good as I remember it.
Unleash the dragon.
Yep, that'll probably be the end of it for me tonight. God. Jesus Christ. Well, I think we can probably very briefly here, while we're waiting for Ken to show up for just a moment. Got nothing of note happening presently. Hey there. We got Inky in here. That's cool. Ah. I've been doing so much. Wow, that actually got caught on camera. That was crazy. Some bug was like flying around. I didn't see it, but my camera did.
Yeah. I almost ate a fly the other day. It was gross. Like, I was drinking a glass of water, and I thought that like a crumb or something from what I had been eating had like fallen into the water, and I like went to look at it, and it went brrrt and like crawled on the rim, and I just like a housefly just like flew right into my water glass.
Gross.
I'm like, okay, I'm done. Dump it in the sink. Brush my teeth.
Looks like I came back, I opened up the door, big old fly circling around the house. I'm going, fly season again. Because in
Yep.
my neighborhood, it doesn't matter how much you lock down a house.
Yeah, they'll
One
go
of
in
those-
through the vents.
Uh huh.
Well, it has dropped down to 97 degrees here.
Oh, okay.
It was 80 degrees before 7 a.m. today.
It is a sweltering 72.
Isn't that
That
delicious?
Horrible.
It's awful.
But we'll be in San Diego. I'll be in San Diego next Thursday, so I won't be on stream. and my wife was looking at the weather, and I was like, "Oh, sweetie, you don't have to worry about the weather in San Diego." What do you mean? Low 58, high 74, 12 months out of the year.
Welcome, San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anchorman.
Okay, I hit the spot. Into the chopsticks ball. Okay.
Eating pizza with chopsticks. Now we're advanced.
Wow, I was classy when I got home. I had a bowl of noodles.
I
It
Nice.
didn't take the bowl down, so.
still remember that bowl of udon noodles that we had whenever I was in San Francisco with you.
Oh yeah, it's good shit.
Mm,
Oh,
I
there's
miss
a
that.
Asian grocery place opening up near my house. I'm very excited.
Ooh. You gonna get the good stuff finally.
It's I can't remember the name. It's like Kukjio or something. It's there's one in Daly City. That's the only other one.
Mm.
We got a place around here that does like Chinese imports called Wing Faz. They got really good tea there.
Oh, bummer. I only have the chocolate. Oh well.
Oh no!
Well, I like mixing the chocolate milk with oh sorry, the barley. What's this? The chocolate barley milk with normal oat milk. It's a good combo.
I'd have to try it to know. I'll take your word for it though.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Hello.
Human.
Hugh / Ken, welcome.
As
And we serve it.
Gonna run a little late.
Nice. The NQ is correct. Did you finally get everything cleaned? By the way, honoring our pact, it's actually already making me feel swimmy.
Nice.
Hey, McDonald's.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, for
I
fuck's
tried
sake.
to download like a voice changer so I could sound more like a teen, and it did not go well.
I find that concept terrifying.
Well, right.
Let's see. Pop up the video. Put this there.
What?
Drag this over.
Why? This is a Christian Minecraft server? Wait, what?
That's a joke.
Oh.
That's the joke.
Getting those emotes in there too.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck that.
All right. Interesting. Well, let's flip this back into normal mode
There we go.
since we got everybody here. Ken, how you been?
Oh, you know. There.
Ken is feeling the love.
I was just opening everything up. I literally had to like dry my hands off from all the soapy water and stuff. Like, my hands are still wet.
You were doing work with an E.
Doing work. Alright.
Work.
Documents. Gaming. Shadows.
Pulling it
Human.
all together. You guys are gonna have to remind me what the hell we did last week. For some reason, I'm drawing a complete blank.
Let's get on.
I mean, once I hear
I-
what it was, I'm gonna be like, oh right, like, but
I snatched a biscuit.
that part I do remember because Barnaby was not sure what the hell happened in that second run.
He
through.
was not as excited about it as I was.
He was just sort of
Yeah.
like, you know, some sleight of hand bullshit. It's basically what he was thinking.
And then Mommy Dearest gave approval for him to
Yeah.
go learn about the park some more.
I gotta
He did,
go.
he did all his homework. Hugh
I did all my
did some
homework.
research. Got the mystical hall pass.
Go see McDonald's.
You got the hall pass too, or the
Yep, that's what I was mentioning. You know, to the market,
Yeah. You got past to the marketplace.
and then you were researching where the entrance might be.
And then I'd researched it. I had a really good roll in my investigation and a cold, and I found within a half-mile radius that fits where I want to look. And then I was gonna call Lance to give him an update on what I've been finding and stuff.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that spelled out, not to break completely out of here, but I saw Gryffindor and I was like, what the hell is Gryfinder?
It's a news site related
Nope.
to Tinder.
No, no, don't.
I was
What
just
is that?
thinking
It is
I was just
Grindr
thinking
with
of
a
the,
speech impediment.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
The
I was
drinking
just
will
thinking
not
of
help.
like how this guy was driving in his grinder notification. I was like, oh, my husband has that game. It goes off all the time.
Yep.
Whoops. Somebody's
anyway.
got to explain something to somebody.
Somewhere,
Yeah, you
somehow.
recognize the chirps.
Yeah.
This is why I don't have notifications turned on.
It's with every time I go to the movies and I was like, please turn your phone to silent, and I'm like, I haven't taken
Dude,
my phone
yeah.
off of silent in like 12 years.
Damn straight.
Oh, you're getting shade.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Oh man. Okay. So
Oh, here he comes. He's a man,
These-
third man.
Whoa, here she comes.
so
Anyway,
And then Drew's character, who will join us at some point, was. This ain't right.
yeah. Yeah,
But
he
he's
was-
named after like Maxwell Smart, which is such a like straight-laced, quirky guy who is actually resembles Drew a lot in real life.
minus the Hitlerism and stuff.
Oh no, I mean the character Maxwell Smart from
Oh.
the show Get Smart, not
Oh.
not the character that Drew is playing.
right.
Because I was gonna say.
So
No.
at this point, Hugh, we'll probably start with you. You managed to do your research. You were up for a slightly later point in the evening. I'm gonna pull this back up so I've got. Which means that it is now October 5th. God. At least you tried. Christ. So at this point, you like I said, you were up for a fair amount of the evening. What time are you going to be getting up and getting back to your business?
Well, my business is I'm at the service of Lance, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll get up when I get up. Get my coffee and take a smoke break. Not break, but just, morning smoke. And then while I'm smoking, I'm going to call up Lance.
Well, Lance picks up. It's later in the morning, so we're talking about 11:30, more or less, as you were finally finished up with the rest of it, and you've been up for about an hour, hour and a half. But
So,
he picks up. He's like, "Lance here.
hey, it's Hugh Man.
Good to hear from you. Do you have something?"
Yeah, quite a bit of things. I've it seems that the artifact you're looking for might be in the possession of someone with a lot of money.
You believe that the rest of the artifact is still whole?
From what I found, yes. This seems to be just the key that completes the artifact.
The key.
That's what I found.
Hmm.
But I can say that this I don't know how important this thing is to you, but it might be expensive to continue, not just from me, but for you.
I understand. We'll keep going. Keep searching. The information's more important. Even if I find its location, that'll be critical.
All right. I am heading out today to um to a market, and I'll explain. I'm sure he knows what the marketplace is, and I'm gonna see what else I can find. I'll keep you up to date.
Well, he's just like, thank you. I look forward to it.
Well,
That ends the conversation. Yep.
Yeah.
So outside of the marketplace, any other plans for the day?
Um, I want to do quick research on my own knowledge.
Yeah.
I guess this would be a cult on what to expect in there and to make sure that I'm prepared.
Right.
So. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So, 35.
Wow.
I had an epiphany while I was sleeping.
While you were drinking and driving, I had an
Drinking,
epiphany.
driving, sleeping.
One of those things.
Yeah. So, you were just trying to do like, oh my God, where I'll have my best thoughts. The epiphany that you're looking for. So you were trying to do an occult, and you were trying to what was the specific angle? Like, what element were you trying to grab? Because I don't think I caught it.
Just what I know about marketplaces and what I can do to prepare for it, because I'm dealing with the Fae at this point and the supernatural, and so I would know kind of the workings. Because obviously you can't just go to a marketplace and buy things, right? You can't just go to a Fae and like, hey, give me some food. Okay, I'll take your food. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain rules and regulations, so I want to make sure that I'm prepared for those things.
Well, in specific, the marketplace that you're going to be looking for, this has its own sort of social setup. It is considered to be absolutely 100% neutral ground, meaning that opposing forces can collect here, but they cannot oppose one another actively while they're there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Breach of protocol in this sense is deadly. If you find yourself in a position where you are the attacked, you're better off. But those who go after someone else, regardless of whatever the reason, it doesn't matter what the reason for the violence would be. Any violence procured here causes serious problems. So the territory itself is hyper-functional in that sense. I will say aggressively diplomatic. And also aggressively intolerant as a result. So, but the marketplace is held within a realm. You don't know exactly how or what realm it's being suspended in, but it is one that is stable. It is one that has been there for a very long time and continues to serve and will likely continue to serve until such time as the sun burns out. So it's just a matter of knowing the protocols in and of themselves, which is currency there is handled very differently. Credits are useless. You either have to work in trade or you work in gold coin. So in trade,
gold coin.
Lack of gold.
The gold is definitely the most preferable currency, as it doesn't take up any of your time, but you can do service or object, it doesn't matter if you offer yourself up that way, which also means that Fae really love this place for that reason, because of the bargaining that is available and can be done, especially given the fact that it's neutral territory.
All right, so I dig into my not my purse, but I dig in and pull out my credit chip and look at it, what I got. No, I don't have a satchel. Let's see. I've got 18 or 1180 right now. I'm gonna do a quick search on the web on converting my credits into gold coins. Like where I can do that on my way to the marketplace.
You're trying to find an exchange.
Yeah, I just want to go. Well, and I guess it wouldn't be an exchange because you don't get gold coins for money. But like, where can I buy gold coins?
That's the thing. You have to earn those coins from within the marketplace, which means you have to operate with trade first. Most likely,
okay.
if you don't already
Okay.
have a
At
stash
least
of coins
that's kind
available.
of your job anyway.
Yeah. Well, and you've never been to the marketplace, so it's not a shock that you have to starting from the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. When you said gold coins, I thought it was just like in general gold.
No.
So I would know that
they're
the
minted
only way
all
I
of
can go is
themselves.
moving up. Okay. The only way I can start is by trading my services.
You need that John Wick money.
Yeah.
I was
He
thinking
got
that.
so many gold coins. Danny Pack. Okay, so I wouldn't whip out my credit and look at that. I would, so because that's what the
knew a guy with money.
what?
If only we knew a guy with money.
But he doesn't have gold coins. Anyway, so
But
okay,
if gold coins are minted and used, raw gold would also be used, and that's something that could be obtained. Gold can be purchased or obtained.
okay. That's what I was-
That's possible to do in the real world. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at. I want
Right.
to know
If
how
you were
many-
looking
how
for
much it would
coins
cost.
specifically, no. If you're looking for the raw material, of course, because that is the
What's the
exact
price per
trade.
troy ounce?
Huh?
Yeah, so I guess I'd want to find what I can get. Like, what's the gold to credit ratio here?
Buy gold now.
Yeah.
You know that those stores are all over the place in Night City.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Can grandma's try to get some shavings of gold.
Solid gold, baby.
Such a good spin-off.
Just checking something here real fast, because I.
It's all crypto.
It's Dogecoin.
It's Dogecoin. It'd be like Ivar coin.
Dogecoin post Elon.
I don't know if this is per ounce or what. I guess a bar is $1,834 right now.
All
How
right.
how big of a bar?
I guess it's a bar. Well, I don't know how much. Like, I don't know. It doesn't tell me the weight. It
one
just
bar.
says 1 bar. So I don't know what the actual mass we're talking about here. Because a bar is kind of like this. It's like
Yeah.
that, and
1 bullion.
yeah. So whatever the hell that might be. Unfortunately, I can't tell you how much it would cost. But if you had a bar worth, yeah. You know, that's
A bar like this is about 27.5 pounds.
There you go. Thank
So
you.
imagine if you have a bar that fills my hands like this.
Right,
It
and every
typically measures 7 inches by 3 inches and 5 1/8 inches to 1 3/4 of an inch.
well, and every pound is 16 ounces, and that's 16 coins apiece. So you can imagine just exactly how much that would be, because each coin is a single ounce.
Not that we're using Dungeons and Dragons for scale, but it's about 100 gold coins makes a pound.
Well, in this case, 16 coins makes a pound, because they're an ounce each.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a heavy coin.
Yeah.
That's a weapon.
Yeah. That's why people throw them, right?
Right.
Okay, so basically my thought is, or Hugh's thought, is that he needs to be kind of bankrolled to be able to go here so he can do the research he needs to do. Because offering my services means it might take forever, but having a few coins in the right hands might get me the information I'm looking for much faster.
It's gonna drive me bonkers.
good news. I know someone who's got money.
There we go.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to.
Let me hit this high school kid I know.
Well, I don't know this high school kid, but by points of connection here, Lance knows Malcolm, and Malcolm knows the kid, and the kid's rich. So I'm seeing if there's a way I can like.
No, do not include me in this conversation.
One bar is now a measurement. We use a banana for scale.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is. Yeah, so about 100, you'd get about 120 coins out of that if you were to spend 1,800.
Well, I don't have 800. I have 1180.
Right. So.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah, you'll get 73 coins out of that.
73.
Yeah, if you manage to pull that off, yeah.
Okay. Well, since I do have a pass for as long as I want, I think first I'll just do a little bit of research. Like, just beat the street. Because I don't know exactly what things cost. 73 coins could be a fortune for what they trade. It could be nothing.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
It's like tickets at the arcade. You get there
Yeah.
and you're like, all right, I've got 10,000 coins. And they're like, here's the small whistle.
So that I think Hugh has enough common sense and thought to put that together. So yeah, he's gonna pack up and make sure he's got his wits about him and make sure to eat before he gets there. How much is a typical fast food meal? I want to actually keep track of how many credits I'm spending.
Well, the fast food here, you're probably going to spend about $9 easy.
9
Nine
credits.
in credits.
Inflation, it's like 35.
Well, I was just thinking of the fancy restaurant of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
After the
well,
food
after
wars.
they won the franchise wars.
Franchise wars, yeah.
Fucking Taco Bell.
What is
Should get
is there any
McDonald's.
special? This is a good lore moment for D. Is there any new franchises in Night City that is hit big, or is it still Starbucks and McDonald's? And
Well, I mean, you'll still have those, but they're background noise now.
what's the new hotness in Night City? Like what's the fast food that's on every block?
Rat Burger.
I'd have to conjure something up because I haven't really thought about it, if I'm being honest.
That's that's why I was asking. This is a good lore moment for you to like, something else that's unique to Night
Restaurant
City.
name generator.
Fast food restaurant name generator.
All right, we've got. These are all stupid names. Okay.
Probably something like, yeah, it'd probably be some place called Nightlife with drive-through.
And spelled like Night City.
Yeah.
Nightlife,
Mhm.
or NIGHT.
No, NYTE. Of course, it would expand outside of Night City, but Nightlife would be a great one for it.
Cool. All right. So
Randy's
get some
chicken
food,
and
make sure I'm
beef.
full. Given the beef. Hey D, by the way, is that drink as good as you remember it?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm also
Soylent Green,
going
that's what you
extremely
have.
slowly.
We're all watching.
I want to make
red
sure.
Starts to...
Yeah, I want to make it through the session without collapsing onto my keyboard. That would be great.
That would be hilarious if it happened though. Anyway, so that's what Man is doing. Mr. Man is making sure he's prepared and obviously his trench coat and all that good stuff going out.
Wonderbar. Okay, so yeah, you'll also have to go and find the actual entrance to said marketplace. Are you going to make contact with? Are you going to basically attempt contact with Denny at some point to try and make this up, or are you going to, excuse me, with the posture check, shall we?
Yeah, I already did. I don't know Danny at all personally.
No,
Man,
you don't.
Hugh doesn't. So at this point, he's just alone. He's gonna try casing the half-mile radius that where he thinks this marketplace will open up, and that's where he's gonna spend some time.
All right, so you're going to be working that. So
I guess one of the things that could help is I'm wearing my monocle, so I'll be able to see magical auras and stuff like that. So if I see a bunch of people, a bunch of magical people congregating towards someplace, that might be a good indicator.
Well, there's that, but there's not just that. You also have a fair amount of space to canvas, and it's not going to be terribly easy because you have to go in through various alleyways and other points and follow your leads. It'll take some hours.
Mm-hmm.
You've
And
managed to
that's-
narrow it down. I think, what did I say, within a 1 mile radius, was it?
You said it was within half a mile radius.
Half a mile. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of space to cover, and it can appear. Usually, it appears within alleyways, but it can also appear in other areas.
Right. Yeah. And that's the non-glamorous part of an investigator, right?
Yes, of which you will be doing the non-glamorous thing, and
So we can just do
Doing
flash
your
cut to Malcolm McDonald's, or Danny.
0 zeros. Plots everything on a stick. Good God. Hey, there's Drew. Nice.
Hey, Drew.
I just saw the. That's good. Just bombed the hell out of her newsreel. Okay,
Seriously.
so yeah, the sun is now tipping below that horizon, of course. You'll be getting a new series of tour customers that are going to be coming in here. Slightly smaller than your last group, but about the same size, so business is doing well.
All right, so he, goes through the same spiel he says every single time. Stay with the group, blah blah blah, da da da. Said 100 times. Says, all right, so who's ready for a little bit of a walk?
McDonald's.
Is that what you? Are you there? Is Danny there?
Yeah, he will be, because he was scheduled in for the next one. They were able to push it through.
That's gonna be so happy for him.
Yeah, well, so you come out there to do said speech. You're about partway through when you realize that Danny has re-immersed himself with Barnaby into your group again.
So, as we say, and he's looking straight at Danny, we are going to stay with the group and he's locked eyes with him. He has not even remotely broken his gaze. We will stay with the group at all times. We will not deviate from the path. Otherwise, this will be, and he just sweeps the cup and he looks at at Barnaby and goes, "This will be a very short, I assure you, journey." So, with that being said, let's be off with each other. And he says, "So, what would be the one thing that you folks would want to see the most on our tour tonight?"
Are there any cool portals?
Well, such thing as portals and oh gosh, I mean, something heebie-jeebie like magic. Is that a thing? Really? It's like he's completely playing off. He says, no, the only portal you have is the subway there that takes you all the way over across town. But that's a minor invention. Now, about the ghost stories. Did anybody have any questions with why we're here?
That's funny.
He asks knowing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as like ghost stories and the rest of it, you have a few people that kind of raise up and ask rather benign or banal questions, common ones that you get a lot, and it kind of proceeds from there. You begin the tour once again, taking them back through. You've got Night City fading into the background, and eventually the city sort of vanishes from view, being swallowed up by that small darkened forest that has erupted here in what they refer to as Central Park. And what was that there,
Scott?
Danny?
Oh, Danny's gonna occult roll to try and come up with something interesting to like keep himself fresh and relevant, and he's nat one. He's like,
I got no
I
idea.
know vampires.
yeah. He's like, what about Slimer?
Fuck.
And he goes, "What? Slimer. I have no reference to that. I mean, there's slugs on the pathway. I mean, you can
It's
see
fine.
the trails. See that slime trail? And he gets into like construction mode.
100
Says-
years ago,
and
maybe.
and he goes, he says, ah, there, you see? Slime trails. That's what you're referring to. You caught it as it glints the light.
It's yeah, no.
Well, anyway, moving on. We're coming across the henge. Now, this was actually a henge that was man-made, not, well, otherwise made. As you can see, it was made just before the park, well, expanded, or so they say. And you can see the cleaner lines about the stonework. Now, if this was a proper henge, you'd actually see more rougher cut stones. Yes. Daniel.
It's called Central Park, right?
Yes.
But it's not near the center.
Well, it seems those who are much older than us and who are awfully dead had a ripe sense of humor.
While you're talking,
Alright.
there happens to be what looks at first like small sort of fireflies kind of jittering about. But you also notice that the flight pattern is more erratic, and there is a hey, Kovi's in.
Hey, it's Kovi.
Been a spell. Welcome.
Okay, so we're gonna do an awareness roll.
Yes.
Welcome back, Kobe. Let's get these tiny rolls out of the way.
A
Alright.
hedge.
So 16. So there was a 16 in awareness.
Well, it would appear that there is a mild collection of the smaller Fae kind of doing their own thing. Now, they're actively ignoring most of the mortals by comparison. They seem to be more interested in whatever it is that they are doing. Very difficult to know exactly what has their attention captured, but they seem to be somewhat fixated on the actual henge, which garners the attention of the populace. They're kind of watching this suddenly occur, which is one of those things where can kind of happen, but it's a little bit more steep than usual.
So he goes, alright, so you see that the fireflies are a lot more active tonight. And, well, as gorgeous as they are, I do like to give them their peace. And if we stay here all night, you'll miss all the wonderful things that we could see. So, and he's actually moved strategically behind the loop. And he goes, shoo shoo, shoo shoo, my little children. We're going to go down the path, and we're going to see such wondrous sights that you'll ever see. And then as he does that, he kind of, and as soon as everybody's vision is that way, away,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to pop his hood lantern real quick just
Okay.
to kind of see what's going on.
Pop it
Gotcha.
Two
spot.
things. Awareness check on the fireflies.
Yeah.
Snatch on a firefly.
Oh my god.
So,
Yeah. We don't need a fire
Awareness-
starter for this campaign, gentlemen.
Is it something magical? Like, would I get my +5? Because it has to do with magic at all?
So you're not controlling anything internal to it. You're not trying to transmogrify it. You're not trying to
No,
do
just
anything
for the
to it.
awareness check.
In this case, like if it's something you can see it, you can try and pull it to you. Like whether or not it's
I just want to do the awareness check to, like, see, is this a regular mundane firefly?
Oh
or is
yeah,
this-
you're talking about with using your mystic awareness. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm registering now. Sorry,
problem, no
this is making things a bit slow.
Yeah.
All right, so
Alright. So magic awareness for a 26. So
Good
Danny's
lord.
looking at those fireflies near the henge and he's like, But he has no chin scrub, so he's like, Barnaby. Remember I was talking
Barnaby's
about
like
magic?
watching this whole thing, and he's just kind of like,
Those things look magic.
he's like, they look like bugs,
They look like magic bugs. Watch. And then
magic bugs.
I'm gonna snatch.
If you yes, go ahead and make your attempt. McDonald there, if you'd be so kind as to roll your awareness as well, because I know you're paying very close attention to your group, trying to make sure that nothing funny happens.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, one success.
Good enough, but it also gets a chance to deflect that,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Roll.
because it can resist, since it is the object and technically has flight and leverage in the air.
Right. It has bodily autonomy.
Yes.
14, 14 awareness, and does that give him the ability to see and to intervene?
Not you won't be able to intervene per se, but you'll be able to be like, oh shit, like you're gonna start moving towards him. And
So, with the rest of the party kind of moved out to the side, are they looking away from Danny?
they're kind of
and-
commingling, not really paying much attention to what he's doing anyway, because
Okay, so if they're not paying
He's
clustered.
an annoying kid. Like
Yeah.
they want
Yeah.
to like.
It's just like, phew, totally
Yeah.
filtered.
So what's
could
your
he-
will, real quick, Danny? Sorry to interrupt. I need to know this real fast.
Yes. What?
Will?
My will
Yes.
is. Would you ask me these important questions? My will is a 5.
Okay. Wow. You actually do this? You can see something. Now, what happens is you're moving forward and you're trying to do this, Bill, and you're listening to this and realizing that something's going down. You feel something electrify the air, right? He tries to yank this small little creature out of the air. There is a bit of a snap, a small kind of like, try to imagine almost a teardrop shape of energy in two directions, one around his hand and one around the entity that he's trying to grab, and at the very center, equidistant from the two, as it is trying to be pulling them closer together, you see it snap, which creates this little mote of light that just kind of goes like that, out of nowhere, okay? And then the thing just kind of goes woo, like that, does these weird swirls and just kind of like goes out of range at this point.
So he
And he,
used
like,
that
ripped it in
19.
half, right?
He used a 19 stealth roll.
Yes. So you're gonna
to
be like
hi-
right on him.
he's gonna use his actual vampire speed.
hmm
Ah.
So he's gonna be.
He's just there
go-
now.
He's there. He's just gonna appear with Danny's hand. He's not gonna. He's gonna be gentle. He's not gonna crush it. He's gonna. He's gonna do that. He's gonna get down right in Danny's ear and whisper, "If you want to get killed, fuck with the fairies. Stay with the group."
I
It'd
didn't
be
go
like-
anywhere.
Dude, it would be almost like a
Don't
video editing error. Like
touch.
he's over here
Right.
and then he's there.
Anything. And he's whispering it just loud enough for Barnaby and says, "Those were the Fae. You fuck with them, they will tear you apart. No. I
The
will
magic
answer.
is real.
I
So
will answer
Barnaby
your
doing his
stupid-
job
I
while
will
you're
answer
talking.
your
Mhm.
stupid questions. You will listen to me and you will keep behaved. Otherwise, I will let Mr. And he points at Barnaby, who he knows is coming up. Otherwise, I will let Mr. Barnaby take you over his knee and treat you like you should have been, you ill-mannered little beastie." Because he said that loud enough for Mr. Barnaby's benefit.
Yes. Because he approaches and yeah.
So Danny's just gonna turn to Barnaby and be like, "I told you magic was real."
You. And he goes back and says, "Barnaby, I'm sorry. You have to put up with it. You behave, or I'll take you over my knee myself. Now, get back with the group."
Creepy. All right.
Well, Barnaby's just looking. It's like, do me a favor and don't touch him. Everything else is fine, but you know my job.
Good. Then you can take him over your knee. And then he just walks off. He's like, and he's just buttering into us and just.
Am I watching
It was a quiet. It was a quiet night. Everything was tranquil.
Danny is like bouncing on his toes.
Ew.
He is like,
Ew.
need.
God, and you just see him kind of looking up. It's just good.
Barnaby,
I
it's
understand.
real.
Is this something you're testing me with? I mean, we've been through a lot. We have, and I don't understand the path you have for me. And he's just kind of walking, but this is a little much, even by your standards. Just
Well, and you're thanking your lucky stars. Thank you, Kaza, for the stretch. You're thanking your lucky stars that you don't have anything like responding as a result.
Oh, you still stretch so hard. Oh, and look at the visualizer with like the little stick figure dude stretching.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you're lucky that you're thinking that it's quite lucky that the little Fae didn't sound alarms or go crazy or do anything else of note.
Oh, he's doing a survival roll right now.
Yeah.
He's in heightened mode, so he's 12. So
Not
12
bad.
survival.
Yeah, I mean that you're just kind of like you're paying attention and noting the fact that there's nothing that you need to be worried about right now. As long as you vacate premises, their short little attention spans seem to have been distracted utterly. Now, did you ever manage to pull your lantern in the midst of all that?
No, he was about to light the lantern, saw that, and instantly acted.
Yeah, gotcha.
Danny
now-
has no clue how close he came to like starting the 18th Fairy War of Central Park.
So he's going to. I mean,
He's to remember
going
his
to
towel.
He's just
Bring him
lighting
pizza.
He's just lighting the lantern.
Yeah.
But he's not activating
Right.
the dead lantern. So he's now at this point getting it prepped.
That vampire speed. What was that one again?
He sprints and runs at like 20 meters per second.
Yeah.
So I mean, 21 meters per second. If he's
Wait, what?
going, yeah.
That's insane.
That's really fast.
That's
No, it's I
you've
got
seen
run of 21
Twilight,
meters,
right?
sprint 42. So
I
I mean,
have
he's
seen that. Twilight.
he's-
Did he jump on trees as well?
no.
Yeah, he's
just-
fairly quick. He's just I was just thinking it's like you weren't using an ability, you were just using your standard run and
My
sprint
natural
speed.
speed,
Yeah.
but the thing about it was the fact that he did it while completely stealth
Yeah.
in broad daylight.
Well, evening twilight.
Well, his daylight.
Yeah.
So he's just taking the group and he's just like, all right. And then he goes on and says, now what was so fascinating about that is man always gravitates towards certain iconography and imagery to harness the natural energies of the environment. That hinge, much like the older reflections of Stonehenge, and very old, and he just kind of snarls with the English.
Mm-hmm.
But there are many more finer hinges on the Isle of Man, Ireland, and of course, Scotland. But a lot of those are gone now. So we have our history, as we saw before. But all places have power, which is why you always need to be a little bit careful. And he's not talking to Danny, but he's using it as a lecturing tone. Now let's go on to our next site.
Well, you're gonna move on to that. I'm gonna dip over to Hugh at this point. Did you roll the investigation yet, or did I miss that?
Oh, no, I did not. I didn't think to do it. So I'll do it now. There it is. $16.
Okay. So it does take the majority of the day. You're not sure if it's because you've missed it, but you've had to recanvass a couple of times. But by the evening has finally settled down, you finally come across it. Now, in the smaller section from where you had picked out its possible location, it looks like it was sitting on the perimeter of that exact it was sitting on the perimeter of the area in which you had outlined as being the possible location. So, Kipley's Almanac definitely proves to be quite useful. Alrighty. Moving us about, man. I'm sitting up straight now.
You know what we need to add for one of the channel points is a dab. Just seeing us all do the dab would just be... It's so not okay for men older than like 20.
As I was going to say, it's not going to be called dab, it's going to be called date yourself.
Dad.
No, Dad.
Dab.
Dadaba. Any way that we can put cringe on the channel, let's do it. Swig.
Oh yeah, definitely keep people around. It's like they can. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, just so long as I don't just like inhale something huge. Hit that dab. Anyway, so
Everyone just knocks their microphones off.
dad dabs.
That's on Friday nights.
Friday nights. Who knows?
Friday night dabs.
So Yes, like I said, you go searching around, and like I said, it gets to be late in the afternoon, which means that the sun is definitely going down, given the fact it's in the midst of fall. Um, when you find it, it's part of a larger section of ground floor, like shops, and what should be a shallow alley based on what you know. You happen to realize that there is a certain flow using the monocle there. Yes, Ken.
Sorry, I didn't want to make your flow stop, but the market, I'm able to get the marketplace just fine because I have this pass, right?
You don't know if that's the case or not. Maybe you found it because if you remember, you did an astrological coordination using Kipley's almanac.
Right.
Now, getting through the door, that's likely what will be required for your pass.
I want to check my own knowledge again and maybe consult the almanac or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But does the pass allow just me, or can I have a +1?
Passes are always individual.
Okay. Note: passes are individual.
Yep, he who possesses
gonna
one
call-
can go through.
I was gonna call Lance. What I was thinking is calling Lance because I want to get another set of eyes on the area. But,
Right.
Okay. Never mind. No can do.
Okay, so as I was saying, you notice that there should be a short alley with a dead end, but it looks like it takes a turn to the left. You go stepping through, and the energy becomes far more pronounced. There's actually a subtle resonance glow on pretty much everything, enough that your monocle is actually kind of creating an almost dimmer effect because of how much is here. You're looking at the regular brick, concrete sidewalk, even the garbage. All of this seems to have elements of something ether related involved in it, and it seems to be a reconstruction, something very, very potent. Now, you kind of understand exactly why it's so hard to find, because to the naked eye, or those who cannot see how this functions, there's just no way to know the reality from the myth. It would look completely normal because the eye that you don't have the monocle over sees nothing. And in fact, you feel nothing, really. It's such a subtle, mystical working that it just bypasses everything except for whenever you have the ability to truly see it. When you come around the corner, taking to the left, there's a single lantern. Not light, not lamp, lantern. It's illuminated on the outside with an old oil fixture and wick. The door also looks old. It's made of some sort of darker, maybe oak. And it's definitely much more sophisticated in its construction, embossed with an iron bracketing that is much more ornate than it would need to be, with some kind of riveting that goes into it. Much more artistic in its design than you would expect for anything modern. And the wooden planks are sealed, damn near sealed shut, showing almost no gaps. And there happens to be a slide porthole that looks like somebody can just slide something across, and there's just a viewing window. And it's currently shut at the moment.
I'm gonna just do the dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
And I'll do it with a flourish. If someone was watching, he would be like, like that.
Yeah. Well, the slide on the
I got my
window.
charm on.
The slide on the window goes. Shh. You see a large eye kind of poking through. He's like, pass.
No, he'll take out the pass.
Yeah. He holds it out and he's like, you see the slide shut. He opens the door, and standing before you, and despite everything you have been trained to do, the 8-foot-tall minotaur that's guarding this doorway starts looming over the entrance as you're starting to come through, and its enormous, brawny physique is just overwhelming. You can even feel the heat off of it as you're walking by.
Should I do a cool check to make sure that I don't like?
Yeah, you can do
Waver.
it well, in this case, I would say if you want to do a cool essence check, target 6, then yeah, easy. you're used to seeing supernatural, but this is definitely way beyond what you're normally coming across. He's got that black and brown, short fur with the large horns,
Oh,
and he's looking at you
okay.
with very intelligent eyes.
Apparently, I fucking stone cold.
Nailed it.
I-
Yeah.
I give him my best servant grin.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, thank you, kind sir.
Let me see the pass.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh.
Oh!
It's utterly fantastic.
Oh
He
my
looks at it.
God. No, he would not do that.
When it's like
10,
he
10,
hands it back
10.
to you, of course, taking a look at it. The pass expires once you leave this place. You'll have to acquire another if you wish to return.
And how might one do that?
It's purchased
somewhat
within
new
the
to this area.
marketplace.
Thank you.
He indicates down the pathway. Oh my god, Ares from Xena. I can't believe I know him from sight alone. Oh my god. I watched that way too much.
Minotaur.
Okay, so you go walking down the path. Now I need to find something. Let me find something for this. Oops. Yeah. All right. So you're walking down this path, okay? Large trees either side this pathway, and you have a chance to really kind of soak in the fact that the moon overhead is accompanied by two others. Like you're not even on Earth anymore. You're not terrified, but you're nothing less than utterly excited. Because there is just something about this place that is otherworldly, unearthly. You've traveled through a simple threshold into a whole new place. Coming through this path...
Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, as you continue to walk, the trees sort of clear, and you're at the crest of a larger hill as the path crosses over and goes winding down into what looks to be an immensely large marketplace, which has a very spiral-like appearance to it, with centralized roads going into every element, and breaks between blocks from the outside, starting at open air, tents, and the rest of it, like you would almost expect from some sort of medieval type appearance. And you have a mixture of the ancient and modern technology sort of coalescing here, in the sense that you have electric string lights that are going across in those deep amber colors, and then you have torches and things like that lit and illuminated from the outer edges, but they're all sort of meshed together in this kind of crazy sort of entrapment of firelight over the span of this massive spiral civilization that has been called the marketplace. It's even more beautiful than you could have imagined, because at the center it seems that things become much more brick and mortar. From the outside, it's much less so. But you can see a vast commiserating of entities and creatures that you don't normally get any kind of real 100% gaze on. So, Human has basically stepped into Wonderland, for lack of better terminology. But you get a
This
full...
is definitely on the edge of his knowledge.
Right. So, you're staring the truth in the face, and it is immensely huge. And it makes you wonder about so many different things. So you take this winding path that goes down, cross the hill face and the rest of it, and start going into the said marketplace. Now, what is the initial goal here to acquire? I'm trying to remember.
Knowledge, really. I mean, this is a lead.
Have your
So-
thingy, right?
I have my talisman. I'm gonna be kind of perusing the wares, seeing if anything. I'm gonna be doing awareness checks constantly, especially with my monocle on. Like just seeing if anything catches my eye. Investigation, just pretty much just seeing what passively comes at me, to see what, if anything interesting catches my eye. Obviously, everything looks interesting, but my goal is for my client, which is you know, vase works or artifacts or, you know,
Right.
that kind of thing, so I can get more information about what I have.
So, yeah, and you'll go in here and you will have a fully fledged experience for sure, given the fact that you've got all manner of things happening here, from the the vast commiserating of like I said, multi-special dimensional beings that are convening here for one reason or another. It's a great GIF too.
First time?
Hang on a second here. I want to switch it one more time because I actually know exactly what I want.
So you don't have any money.
Right.
Like,
I was going to
I
make
didn't bring
sure.
any.
I was going
I
to make
didn't bring
sure
any
that. I was going to verify that you didn't go out and grab any coins because I didn't hear you or anything. So you're looking
No.
to work for trade, yeah?
There's
Well,
some
so
lady
my
who's got a little box for you. Don't buy it.
no, my idea, I didn't know at the time, obviously, that the pass was only a one-time thing. So my idea was I would go to the marketplace, scope it out, see if there's actually, what pricing looks like, how trade looks, because it'd be stupid of me to move all of my money to gold, come to find out that I only needed 5, right? Or it'd be even more stupid to come to find out I needed 50 when I had 50 and I needed 5,000, right? So
Mhm.
basically, this is literally just a information gathering trip. But the first goal is getting more information. The second goal is seeing if I can get another pass, so that I can come back if I need to. I think that's my 2 goals, and of course everything's malleable based on what happens.
Okay.
Hopefully that was coherent.
It was. All right. Let's have some checks. Let's do some awareness. Let's do some occult. Give me 2 awareness, 1 occult.
Okay. Let's see here. That's good music.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate that. Oh wait. I'm not doing human perception. Oh wait, so sorry, this is not plus 11.
That's
So it's
awesome.
not 19, it's 17.
Favoriting that.
So I got 17 on the first awareness check,
Okay.
and I'll make sure to do my thing right. Because remember, one of my disadvantages is I'm distractible.
Screams.
So even though I'm looking all over the place, I don't ever land on one thing for very long.
All right.
2 is 15, and then my occult check. Oh, jeez. Oh, whoops. All right, 28 on that one. Dang. I got an exploder again.
Nice. Yeah. Killing it with that. shit.
Human with the explosions.
I know, right? He's just freaking nuking it.
I mean, your last one was like 10, 10, 10. Like, is it because Drew's not here? You're
Maybe.
taking all the
I'm
explosions.
taking all this like.
Could be. All right. So you finally get within the borders of the marketplace, and it's just as loud and boisterous as you can possibly imagine it to be. You have languages that are coming across that you cannot translate, nor have you ever heard. There are a number of different kinds of fae that you come across almost immediately. Some showing as like elves similar to Lance. Then you get several of the smaller ones that are, gliding a past. They usually come flitting across your vision in almost too fast a speed to notice. You only catch that tracer of light that goes across, leaving that temporary streak in the back of your eyelids. You have larger mythological beings here. There are other minotaurs as well. Most of them seem to be a little smaller than the one you met at the doorway. You have this kind of feeling of dread in certain cases. One of the actual tents, you have no idea what was housed within it, but some kind of robed figure with no visible face and hood was sitting inside of it. You could just see a subtle, almost like cold vapors coming off as it sat there waiting with wares that made no sense to you whatsoever. They appeared to be some kind of trinkets or something to that nature, but the magic inside of it was somewhat inverted, causing you to kind of go like, ugh. You don't know exactly what it was, but no time to really want to ask, and you weren't really interested in trying to find out from whatever was selling them.
Well, and listen.
Yeah.
Diablo.
There are a fair number of good old-fashioned regular humans here too. That's the other thing that's interesting. A lot of them carrying themselves slightly differently. A lot of them are more the warrior type, or if they are a salesman of any kind and appear to be anywhere near modern, you see several of them with their own cell phones, which clearly must not be able to do much because your smart brace has lost connection completely. You've gone off grid. Your monocle
They have
functions.
like the old Nokia that still works.
Yeah, they're rocking around with Blackberries.
The truly magical phone.
I want to make a phone now called the Goodberry, and I don't know, make it immune to damage. Just do something like that. Comes with DoorDash. Always get your nourishment. Anyway, the thing that probably impresses you the most is that it's how it's organized. So, if you were to cut it into large quadrants and then cut it again into smaller pie slices, you would still have these intersecting alleyways and roadways, but the main thoroughfare is that spiral that goes all the way from the outside into the center. So you can follow it, hitting all the shops and everything within if you really wanted to go that way, or you can cut straight across and go towards the center, which, in your opinion, given the style of wares and the rest of what is going on here, most of which are not necessarily appealing nor within the realm of what you're looking for.
Okay, so nothing's really catching my eye.
Not yet. And last one. Okay. Well, my dice seem to agree with my decision, even though I wasn't sure. So you probably take like an inroad and start cutting across. Now you catch sights that are also fascinating, as in there is a fighting arena, and it looks like they have certain kinds of wagers, bets, and other kinds of gladiatorial type conflicts that are put on display for the entertainment of others. Some of these things are definitely looking brutal when you're crossing them by. I mean, if anything, it's just being inside of a hyper-condensed fairy tale. When you get to the center, however, things become a great deal more... Nice, Bill. Well done. Things become a great deal more civilized in the sense that they become more technologically sound and familiar. You get to a certain shop. There is something to it that kind of draws you in. The magic that surrounds it is off the charts complex, just looking at it. The doors are open, people can go in and out. There are large glass windows that allow you to peer in. There are numerous artifacts littered everywhere. They all have power, every last one of them, and you're deadly certain that there's no way that standard people are going to be walking by and acquiring these without serious help, which is probably the reason why the stock is in such good standing already, just looking at what's there. This is probably a good place to start, instinctually speaking, just because of the fact that there is a lot going on in here, and you find yourself to a point where it's like, well, maybe there's some information I could glean from this. And the person who stands behind the main counter, because if you step inside, you have glass cases right and left, you have several ones that are standing sort of in and throughout, and a lot of the shelves that are stacked up in here have a tendency to no, I don't mind telling you at all. I'll throw it up in here in just a moment.
That needs to be a command. Like
Yeah, it should be a command.
exclamation
Absolutely.
point music or something.
I don't have it active
Yeah.
yet because I don't know how it's working. I think that goes specifically for like Twitch, Twitch soundtrack. I think it's something like that.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah. When you step in, the gentleman who is a little skinnier, wearing a nice button-up shirt, slacks, good shoes. He's got a short haircut, blonde, shaved at the side. Valor Morghulis.
Val.
Yeah, thanks, Val.
So he's blonde, he's got a set of wire spectacles on, he's currently reading a book, and there is a pipe in a cradle sitting there smoking. And he just looks up when you come in. He closes the book, sets it aside. Welcome, Hugh.
Wait, he said my name?
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, I'm gonna do a cool check really fast before to see how I react to that.
It's actually a hugger.
Is that target 6 or what?
Target 7. Just it's a little higher.
Okay.
I'm gonna see how this one sounds real quick. Not yet. I think I'll get to that.
I'm gonna use some of my luck to bump that 1 to 2, so it's not
Okay.
a fail.
Right.
So let's see here.
1 success.
So I have 1 success, yeah.
You don't have quite the same amount of luck like Riv had.
No, I gotta be very, very sparing with it. Let's see, where's my luck? Yeah, I have
Are
2
you
luck.
down to what?
2 luck. Oh my god.
Are you lucky?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So you're
I mean, I'm never
boosting
not
it.
gonna be lucky. Yeah, I'm gonna boost it.
Alright, so he boosts the 1 to a 2, so Dave's got 1 success.
What does that equal to me?
Means that you don't crap your pants, but you're taken aback. You're just kind of like, whoa.
So I visibly was like, ah, you must have heard of me. Hugh Man, servant, at your service. Yeah. I'd have been smoother. No, actually, he was
No,
scrambled.
that's good.
Yeah.
That was you pulling the fumble out.
Yeah.
Why would you say that, Scott?
What?
Just peeling from the chair.
Oh yeah. So gross.
Have you guys ever sat in a leather car, like with hot leather? You get welded to it.
Yeah.
I remember one time in my old car, it was like 100 degrees outside, and I actually went to the store and bought a bag of ice just so I could put it down my back while I was driving. Thanks, D.
No problem. So, he's like, no, I have not heard of you, but that's not the reason why I know your name. I've been expecting you for some time now.
All right then. Seems I came to the right place.
You did. I have the information that you're looking for, and I know this is going to be a little startling, but I would like to work a trade with you, as you will likely become a more long-term customer, and I would like a working relationship especially.
No, I mean, Excellent. How can I help you?
More rather, how can I help you? Just to make sure that I have the right information that you're going to need. I'm confirming.
I'll take out the artifact. It's like, well, my client is looking for what the rest of this artifact, and he's actually gonna hand it to him.
Right. He's like, the key of Ridlasha. Yes, I was correct.
The key of what?
What?
He just hands it back.
Bradshaw.
I believe I remember it correctly, because I passed it off to you in spelling.
I think you did. I'll have to go find it later.
The key. Yada yada.
He did spell it to us earlier, but I put Riglishaw, so. So yeah, it seems you might know some about this. That is very lucky of me.
I do know more.
So what do I? how do I don't know how to say this properly, but like, how do I get it? How do I get that information?
Well, we have to purport a trade. I am looking for services rendered, and I believe you would probably be the man that could help me accomplish such a thing.
At your service, absolutely. What can I do for you?
He just nods his head. I have need to find certain new talismans.
Oh, another fetch quest. That's what he thinks on the inside, but
I
Do you know
believe.
what talismans are?
Huh?
I mean, talismans are just trinkets.
Do we know what talismans are?
Well, he might not. Depends on his occult knowledge.
I mean, a talisman, like, that's normal language, isn't it?
It is, but there's a specific element of a talisman that happens within Shadows now. But he'll
Oh.
explain it. Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that personally.
Yeah. Mechanically, talisman has a meaning.
Oh, see, I was just thinking it was just a trinket.
Yeah. Well, it is, technically. Again, it all fits together. The name is meta as well as not being meta.
Okay.
But, yeah, he's just like, these are in particular in high use by individuals who don't necessarily possess any mystical skill themselves, but have acquired the knowledge on how to work them. You can find them in and around Night City, if I'm not mistaken. And
Turon Girl. Got it.
I was just gonna type that to you. And then I'm like, I don't remember how to spell it.
We're linked up.
Yeah.
Necessarily magically inclined. So you're looking. You need me to find you some talismans. What do you need?
more specifically, I need you to find one who knows how to employ them as well as the talisman itself. Someone who is skilled enough to be able to do what I need when I need it. I have requirement to be able to move supplies, and unfortunately I lack a certain modality. So I require the use of external forces, such as yourself. And you happen to be probably my most beneficial client in this matter.
I don't need to kidnap anyone, right?
Of course not.
All right. Well, then we're in business.
Business
So
is
you
what I
need
deal
someone.
in.
So you need someone who's able to travel using these talismans from one
Yes.
location to another.
Correct.
Reaching back into my character's memory here, I don't think he saw the.
You never saw what she did, but you know
yeah.
that she used those various weird means, given light conversation between everyone there. Yeah,
Would I make those connections?
you might. Like if you roll on
Let's
your,
do a
if you
check.
do an
Yeah.
intelligence essence check and see if you connect the dots. That's a leap of logic. So
Yeah,
Ooh.
because
I like it.
yeah, so you're gonna have like a DC 7 on that one. Target 7 rather. I'm slipping.
yeah, don't say DC.
This is Dungeons and Dragons. I'm drinking dragon's milk.
Dragon's milk,
Yeah.
Directly from the source.
right from the teat.
Yeah. Tastes
let's
exactly like you'd expect.
Okay, so skill essence check. Sorry, I was just catching up on my notes.
Oh yeah, so an essence check is the D10 for however many you have.
Oh, my
that-
intelligence is high.
that.
This should be easier. 9d10.
Oh dang.
You said the target was what?
7.
Target 7, explode 10, fail 1.
Wish you could bake threshold to Ice Maiden.
Right, that'd be nice.
Well, it
Yeah.
looks like I'm not an investigator for nothing.
Jesus
the wires are firing.
Christ, yeah, that's a hell of a leap of logic successfully made.
I just think of Jimmy Neutron. It's like,
You're like
brain
eyes,
blast.
like yeah.
Yeah, you start to put the pieces together, and it becomes very clear that Silva, you believe her name might have been, you heard it only vaguely in passing, was likely to have, well, no, you didn't hear it in passing, but you heard her discussions with your conversation with her, because I forgot you actually talked with her afterwards. But Silva would definitely be a start in the right direction. So, seems to be a rather lucky moment there. Yeah, man, Sherlock Holmes going to his freaking mine castle.
Yeah. Excellent. Like you can actually see, like if he was watching, you could see the hamster wheel moving in my head. And it's like, well, I think I can provide you with that. So it does seem though that this pass he's holding that pass up now is only good for me coming out once. How do I come back to you?
Ah, well, I wouldn't be much good for you to be trapped on the other side and unable to assist me, would it? Given the fact that we are entering into bargain, I will offer you a non-expiring pass. For your use only, of course.
Ooh.
Just trade me the one that you have.
And he's like halfway about to hand it to you, and he's like, "Hold on, I didn't catch your name." And he holds out his hand.
He takes it, it's like, I go by Anubis.
Ah, exotic. And he just shakes.
More of a nickname than anything else.
Well, a few more questions. He hands him the
Yep.
thing. It's like, it seems from what I've learned about marketplaces that the location of this place might change. How do I find this place easily?
Well, the doorway shouldn't move anytime soon.
Oh, because it's based on astronomics. Or, yeah. Astronomy doesn't move that quickly.
Right. And it's like, the gateway you found should remain in place for some time.
Is there any time criticality to this?
So long as the job is complete, you will get the information you're looking for, and I get the object I'm after. And the person and the skills.
Alright. My skills for information. Sounds good. Thank you, Anubis. This has been very helpful.
My pleasure.
With that, he tips his proverbial hat and starts to make his way out.
He just gives you an acknowledgement. He picks up the book, opens it back up to where he was, takes the pipe out of the cradle and takes a small puff, then puts it back. And you go to leave the marketplace.
And then goblins shoot me in the back.
You're not Flynn the Fine, you know.
No, I was making reference to my first character.
Yeah, right. All right. Give me 1 second here, fellas. Dragon's milk goes quick. 1 sec.
I just remember, I was watching a streamer who just like kept his headphones on and the microphone and everything, and he had like the strongest stream I've ever heard. Like he just went into the bathroom and was just like,
Proper streamer.
Damn it,
Yeah.
you beat me to it.
wow, that's a really cool GIF at the bottom there. Is that the Moon Knight or whatever?
Yeah.
That's really cool looking.
There's a scene where they said, oh, you know, I can, like they're trying to use a map that's based on the stars, and he's like, but we don't know what the stars looked like on that date, and he's like, oh, I do. Just like swiping through,
That's really cool.
but it did it for everybody. So like, people, you know, all across the world were watching the sky, like.
How did
Roll
he? That
through.
seems really powerful.
Oh,
He's
they
a god.
noticed. And
Yeah,
the gods noticed and they weren't happy.
and God called him out on it, and like, hey, we're trying to be subtle here. You know, D, you can just use the bottle to refill it when you're done.
Gross. Yeah, so you're headed on out whenever it comes down to that point, and I actually think while you guys are moving through, so you're going to be headed out of there. We're going to switch back to MacDonald and the Central Park element here. Barnaby, of course, is like standing right next to Danny at this point. He's just going like, "This guy's feeding into your delusions. You know that, right?"
Does he have like hit that like shirt grab on like my lower back?
No, but
Like
he's
I
staying
can't-
within arm's reach, basically.
What delusions? He's the one who told me about it.
I don't know
grooming
what's.
you.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what kind of weird Flint flick light show you're doing over here, but whatever we've got going on, this is just weird.
Well, you saw me snatch the biscuit out of your hand, right?
I don't know what that was, other than a really good sleight of hand.
You can't. How do you sleight of hand something?
That's why
That's-
they call it magic. You're the one who did it. You tell me.
That's what I'm telling you. Magic is real. This guy knows about magic, although he seems to not know about a lot of other stuff, like recent history.
And what makes you say
He's
that?
old. Well, he's old, but he has no idea about stuff that happened 10 years ago. So he's like old but dumb.
I don't think he's dumb, but I do think he's a bit broken in the head, at least for now.
But did you see how fast he moved?
Kind of. I didn't really
Right?
actually
Like I
see him
blinked
move.
and he was there. We should watch him. He could be dangerous. This place
He's
is
like,
supposed to
I'm
be
not
spooky
dangerous. Like
stuff,
he just says it like
right?
because he's been hearing
This-
everything that's been saying.
Yeah, because Danny's not subtle. That is he
No.
has that subtlety is the dump stat. But he's like, this place is supposed to be full of spooky stuff. Maybe he's the spooky stuff. And that wasn't a firefly. That was something else. He told me it was a fairy.
What?
He told me it was a fairy.
Are you sure you're not a fairy?
You sure you want me to tell Mother that that's what you said to me?
Why, do you have me recorded somewhere?
Yeah. And he's not. He doesn't have a monocle. Dang it. She'll listen to me. I'm the favorite.
Here back.
Okay. Yep. So,
Dreaming.
yeah.
Streaming. I'm sorry, D, but you have a competitive stream.
The language from the top GIF with the Muppets from the bottom GIF makes it look like they're together, and that's just funny. So, yeah, Danny's, he's gonna be quiet because he doesn't want Barnaby to take him home before stuff is over, but he is definitely, now he's watching Malcolm, like,
Really
And
watching.
as
hyper
he's
aware.
as you're watching Malcolm, you're actually seeing that he's being oddly reverent to the world around him.
Is he moving very deliberately?
Well, he moves with kind of that grace of a predator to begin
Yeah.
with. So his walk is just naturally just that glide. So he's like moving from like you would see like if you would recognize like a fencer, he's kind of dancing as he walks, but it's not really overt. You see
Can
him
I
touch things
human
and he
perception?
explains different things to people like plant life and everything else. And go for it.
D, can I do like human perception on Malcolm to see if
Oh, yeah.
if he feels off, like
No, go ahead.
just like a half step out of regular stuff? Alright. I'm just gonna shut up and roll. It's just sitting paused. My roll didn't go through.
Uh-oh.
No, she
That
didn't
was
fall
good.
asleep, I hope.
Dice made you not crashing, are you?
Did you send the message?
she's
I don't see
active.
it's just
I-
you-
It's gray.
Yeah, mine's great too.
Oh, great.
What's great?
Dice Maiden like grayed out.
Yeah, she's
Too many
ha-
crits from Ken.
She's broken.
Well, I can't even send messages to the Night City chat. Crazy. No.
Yeah, me neither.
It died.
No.
No.
All right, let me hop over to my other server and all.
Weird.
Oh wait, like all of my Discord is dying.
Oh god, I think this card's dead.
Well,
I
it
don't
seems
know how we're talking.
D19.
D19, D19.
Okay, but I see your roll D19. It just didn't do anything.
Nah,
And
okay. I think you
sent
might
the
actually be
message
back
over.
now because mine finally went through.
Oh, mine's like red.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
now
how you-
Dice Maiden is typing. I've never seen that message before. Dice Maiden.
Oh
is typing.
god. Oh no. She's like, stop talking.
She's like,
I
you
take
guys
over
are
now."
the worst. Man. Okay, okay.
There she is.
Yeah, she's back.
Okay, so my. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, Bill, you got a crit. Oh. Okay, let me. Because my roll is red, so I'm going to try. Of course.
After all of that.
After all that, fail.
Oh my god.
Do you not have any luck?
Wait, what? I got a double fail. I rolled in OOC before it came back, and then I
And you
rolled in regular.
Dang,
I did
dude.
it. So, Danny is too distracted to pick up on the, like, Lupine Grace coming
right
from
now, yeah.
Malcolm.
And as we go forward, I want to take you to just a little bit off the path.
I got a
Happens to
20
be-
when I rolled it on my server.
It's a place I like the
Of
best.
course you did.
We're gonna use it to have a wee bit of a midnight snack. And he just kind of takes them down. It's like it's a worn path that he's tracked down. He takes them to this little pond that's like in a peaceful, like glen-like area. Says, "All right, folks, sit back, relax, and we'll get started." And he looks at like an imaginary watch. No, he actually pulls a pocket watch out and goes, "And we'll get going in another 15 minutes. So, hydrate up, or whatever your choice may be, and we'll continue." And he just goes off by himself to sit down quietly.
Emphasis on quiet.
Well,
Which he's not gonna get.
McDonald's!
you take this well-worn you take the well-worn path and bring the group with you. Danny, of course, is just chattering to himself, trying to make up whatever he's watching, and being, it's funny because Danny is now operating in a much more congenial fashion, but he's staying close enough to hear everything you've got going on, which is interesting that his interest is piqued to such a degree. You're not sure what's caused that, but you catch sight of somebody who's on the pathway that shouldn't be, who's walking towards your directions. Not hostile, but you recognize him fairly quickly as the individual who you had pulled from the night previous, who was originally with Lance, and so on. He's much better dressed now, definitely cleaned and bathed, that kind of thing. But he's approaching you
just,
and
he's
at a light
pipe-
stroll.
He's stacking his pipe because he was going to use it as a smoke break because
Mhm.
he's a vampire with a nicotine addiction.
Why not?
No, why not? So he's just about to light his pipe and he says, "Ah, so you're up and about some more. How are you feeling today?"
He's looking around and you can see that he looks a lot sharper in the eye. Definitely a lot less confusion going on, a lot more strength to his character has come back. In perfect Gaelic, he actually comes back to you with, "I'm doing much better now. Thank you."
And he's pleasantly surprised and he responds right back, just, "Oh, you speak a little bit of the tongue, do you?"
I do.
Well, you were a bit traumatized the last time I saw you, so it looks like Lance took care of you. Again, and he just kind of puts the pipe in and says, and he just goes, "It's Malcolm. Malcolm McDonald. A pleasure to see you well."
He just nods his head. "I appreciate the help. Although I have to ask exactly how it was you managed to get past the barrier. Lance cannot answer the question for me, and I don't know how I was freed, but I suspect it was you that managed to push through it.
Kind of
The-
lights the pipe and goes, well, I find lost things. And you're lost. And I'm in a spot of trouble, so it seemed the best thing to help you.
No, I appreciate that, but did you not see the toadstools? Were they not there?
I don't remember.
They weren't
did he
there
see-
as far as your recollection is concerned. You saw the field and everything in it, but you did not see toadstools or a ring. And besides, you'd know not to go wandering into that.
No, I didn't see a fairy ring. That's for certain.
And this is greatly more troubling than I suspected. You'll have to forgive
I-
me. My imprisonment wasn't
Oh.
just of the body, it was also of the mind. The trauma you perceived was actually my confusion. Part of the magic that I was under.
You didn't give me your name, though.
He just kind of looks to you at the moment. Hang on one second.
And he's kind of smiling politely. Like, conversation does not continue until he gets the name politely.
Right.
Dot, dot, dot. It's like where you're going through like the character gen, like switching out all your faces and like doing all the.
Yeah.
How far away are they from the group?
They're within earshot if you like kind of scooch in.
And he would.
Everybody else is taking notice of the new guy, but they don't perceive him as anything other than just interesting and kind of go back to their own conversations and kind of eating a little bit. There's kind of like a little outplay of things that you can do where you can have snacks and the rest of it. There's a small vendor here as well. Picnic benches and things like that, so you can kind of enjoy the outdoors and eat and all the rest of that stuff. There's even some string lights and things like that to illuminate the area, making it sort of kind of eerie and peaceful simultaneously. So you're kind of standing in the midst
Nice.
of all that. It's kind of like a little small fair that you're kind of standing inside of.
Danny will go get some snacks.
While you're doing that and listening, Barnaby's keeping close, and you listen to them, and you can't understand a damn thing they're saying.
Mhm.
The language is utterly foreign. But it definitely comes from the back of the throat, to say the least.
But I have an education. Could I try?
We
and
can probably discern what it is, you know.
discern?
Yeah.
Yeah, not like understand it, but
Well, he's just
Try
like,
it.
Ow!
you're
Jesus,
speaking
grumpy old cat.
education.
He looks to you and he's just like, given the fact that you and I speak the same tongue, I'll just tell you that my name is Banner for now.
Well, Bonner, I do hope someday that you might trust me well enough to tell me the truth.
Wow, you're just
What?
having problems there, Danny.
Three in a row.
But
Wow.
I am a man who does like to respect the privacy of others.
Well, it's not that I don't want to tell you, it's just that I don't remember.
Well, have you come back for answers? I'm just a tour guide, simple man that I am.
You're not just some simple tour guide. And given the confused expressions on these people's faces, they have no idea what you are either. Which begs another question that I have to ask. Why would one of your kind be so interested in helping someone else?
And he just kind of smiles and says, "Oh, not all of us are straight from God's light."
He just kind of acknowledges that for a minute. Things have truly changed.
And he's kind of pop, and he's like smoking. He's popping rings. You
Yep.
know, like a ship going through the ring. You know.
Yeah. Things really have changed a great deal. I can't
Oh.
even be certain as to how many hundreds of years have passed, but so many from my time. I don't even recognize it anymore.
Tell me about it. Last time I remember, I was killing the English. But you know, they had it coming back then. What was the last thing you remembered?
He just kind of smiles. He's like, I remember hearing about a rather magnificent document, the Magna Carta. I was hoping to actually see it put into practice. But I can't be sure if that was the last memory I had.
Well, You said you were protecting the document.
I was like, that's like 900 years earlier.
Right.
Nice.
Well, he should be speaking Old English too, instead of
Well,
proper
at that
English.
I mean, here's the thing: is he would know about the Magna Carta. It says,
Yeah.
it says, oh, I mean, it was a proper document for what it was until it got perverted for other uses, but it has had a very, from what I understand, a profound impact on the shaping of nations. Well, until he just kind of waves around whatever this is outside
Agreed.
of this
Simply
forest.
agreed. I appreciate the conversation. I got the answer that I was looking for, and wish you the best, McDonald.
Yeah.
Malcolm. It's good to know that someone can speak truly instead of having to be somewhat deceptive, like everything around here. And they kind of looks at everybody else with their strange tech hair and all that sort of odd conformity to their clothing and mannerism. And he's like,
He's got some,
And he's eating a taco.
and he's smoking his pipe, and he goes, yeah, I find that there is a greater degree of freedom to be who you are, not bound by the limitations of social contracts. It's a little bit wild, but oddly refreshing.
maybe I'll get used to it. And he just kind of claps you a little bit on the shoulder. He's like, I have some places that I need to go visit now that I have the chance to actually walk freely. Maybe I'll cross paths with you again.
Well, don't be a stranger. Try not to get lost.
He just nods his head. Fair day
And
to
he's
you.
kind of walks away, and he waggles his pipe at him and goes, "Not all who wander in the dark are lost, my friend. There's always light."
So as Malcolm comes walking back to the group, Danny is gonna catch his eye and like try to imitate Gaelic.
He quietly like tamps the you see his like leg go up like a
Captain
flamingo. No, flamingo.
Oh,
Flamingo, and he's
tamp
tapping
up.
out. He's flamingoing his leg so he can tap out it on the heel of his combat boot. And he goes, "I swear, by Christ on crutch, please don't butcher my native tongue."
Taxes, cats, baseball.
He says, and he starts like he's about to say something like, "This word means this," and he goes, "Nope, not engaging. What can I help you with?"
It's been 15 minutes. I'm done with my taco.
He looks at his watch. Ah,
Who was that guy?
absolutely right. It is approximately 16 minutes past.
Yeah.
Oh. Someone who is lost, and now he's found. All right, folks. Now we're going to go on to our next site.
Is that guy like you? You guys speak the same language.
And he just points us. So, what we're going to be doing... No, he's not. A little bit different. So, as we
Move like that.
as we go through, I'm wary, and we go and talk about this further, we're going to what is rumored to be a haunted area. Well, as we know, there's no such thing as ghosts, but it's nice to think and pretend every once in a while, now isn't it? And then
You
he can-
go through, finish your tour, at the end of which everybody arrives with no further incident, and probably to Danny's everlasting dismay that nothing exciting happened like last time, except for the fact,
to Malcolm's ever-loving delight that nothing happened.
yeah, when everyone's leaving, you catch sight of Silva approaching as the group is dispersing back to parking lot and so forth. She's moving towards you and actually catches sight of Danny there and goes like rolls her eyes but keeps moving anyway.
Dream girl.
And then you see him reflexively try to take the pipe out, and then he kind of scowls and puts it back like, nope, we're going to be fine. He just kind of mutters that under his breath.
Dreams.
I don't want to know what's in your dreams, lad.
No,
I
I
really
was in
don't.
her dreams.
You're like, that's arrogant. Like,
He just looks at like it's
Right?
like I can never say his name right. Bernard
Barnaby.
Barnaby. He just looks at Barnaby just like for that half second of please sympathize with me. And
he just looks at you. He's just sort of like, he's been talking about this shit all day.
I
okay,
was
yeah,
reading
well,
about magic last night, and then I woke up, but I didn't wake up, but I was in this weird place, and she was there, and she was like doing weird stuff. But she said that I went to her dream.
And she was naked.
all right, we're gonna
Not
get
me.
this. I know you obviously have many questions. He already knows Barnaby's cynicism, and before you even allow your cynical mind, yes, it is real.
Barnaby, pay up.
He just folds his arms, just like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Barnaby's a
Unfortunately,
level
you
16
probably will
Dreamwalker.
with him around. And he just kind of like gives that side eye, buckle up, and then he just kind of walks. And he walks straight to Silva.
Silva.
And says, Silva and says, "Lass, I thought you'd be the last person I'd ever see wander into my forest again."
She just like holds her hands, like, not necessarily my idea. It's actually more his.
Who's me?
She indicates Danny in the background there.
See, I told you I was in her dreams. And now she's coming to me.
Can you tell him about magic and then show this one who's not believing but keeps him protected, but he can't keep him protected if he doesn't know the truth? Now,
Listen,
I know that breaks your code, but frankly, not my forte.
Wait, she does
I'm
magic
not
too?
here for him, though. It's like, he's got something he needs to work out. I don't know why he sought me out, but I need your help in particular, okay? That's the reason why I'm here, and I'm not planning on making your day any harder than it's going to have to be on me.
And he just stops. You're not there to see the man of your dreams.
He's not the man of my dreams, okay?
Says, I'm sorry, couldn't help the jest. Been a long 2 days. So, my day is done. How could I possibly help you this late into the evening?
I'm going to need some kind of help. And from what I understand, based on what I've researched and some of what you've already told me, is that you know Central Park pretty well.
I
Yeah,
have
he like
traveled-
lives here or something.
I've traveled just about to every part. Although there are some places I don't go. And I think you know why.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. What I'm trying to figure out is exactly where I need to be and where I need to go. And the second part is something that I can coordinate on my own. The first is the one I need your help with.
Well, let's start with the place you can coordinate on your own, and then work to where this involves me.
It involves you because the only way that I can get to certain gates is through here. Because my new employer definitely needs to have what he's asking for, and I need to be able to move through without being gobbled up by some kind of goblin or imp or whatever the hell is lying around in there.
Remember, she said the
Your
word
new
gates.
employer's not Lance, is he?
What did you say?
Danny's
Bill.
just talking to a smart brace.
Oh.
He's like, remember the word gates. But then my watch is like, remembering the word gate. So I'm like, I already have smart braces.
So he says, are you referring to Lance? He says in an almost exasperated tone.
No, I managed to finish that job for him already.
Is this in contract? Is this contract that you have in conflict with any potential interests of his?
I don't really work like that. I work for clientele, and I'm not trying to find Lance's... I don't even know who his competitors would be. I mean, as far as I was concerned, he was just a weird park ranger, and now he's got some other interests.
It's fine. I just don't want to have more complications in my life. Yep.
Yeah, that's everybody.
How? He says, depending on where you need to go, the level of concerns, if you get what I mean,
Yeah, I get it.
will determine the rate that I charge.
Your charge.
Wait, are you doing private tours?
How deep are we going into? How do you need to go into the forest? And I will determine my answer whether I do so.
She holds up her arm, pops the smart brace. You can see a holographic appear. She kind of zooms into a certain section and gives you 3 indicated points, most of which are fairly deep.
And he goes, and he goes. What would he know about those areas from his experience?
They happen to be on the fringe of certain more problematic territories, but they don't cross or intersect into them, which is
Whose
good.
territories?
Well, one of the territories is definitely the Fae, but it's interspersed with something else, which happens to be just kind of feral land. But again, the map itself that she's portraying doesn't cooperatively indicate exactly where it's at, as the territory has a tendency to shift.
Alright. And he says, I can find it. It will be rather difficult. What would he charge for something like that?
Well, like, you're getting paid like a standard wage for your tours and stuff, but if you were to do this, you could probably charge easily, because you're not expecting that it would take more than a night. So 350, 400 credits for
He says-
each point.
It'll be 400 credits for each point. And let me say one thing first. Mr. Barnaby, this would be the time that you take young Daniel home. If he wishes to have more questions answered, he looks at him and says, I will try to answer them within the best of my ability. However, this is something you need not involve yourself in. And he looks back at Barnaby for severe safety issues and concerns.
He's like,
You get,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
I
my
get it.
kin. More dangerous than you've ever seen.
and she's like, I still need to actually talk to him because I need to make sure that he doesn't do what he did last night again.
Good. You do that. I'll be back. And he turns back, and Daniel, be gone by the time I get back.
Well, take your time.
So he's going back to get his weaponry.
Okay, so while that is all going down and she's going to be interviewing, Hugh, you're aware that you don't have Silva's information. However,
Right.
she was part of the
The
primary,
group with Lance.
the primary tour, which likely means that some of her information may have been there for having signed up. So possibly Malcolm, if available, will actually have more information on that than General.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once I'm out, I'm gonna ring him up. Oh, wait. How late is it? By the time I get out?
It's evening. Time didn't pass. It seems to be a 1-to-1 ratio. You're not, doesn't seem like you were there for longer than you should have been. So it's probably closer to about 11 in the evening now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. I guess I'll send a message, cause I mean we don't have to do phone calls. This is the future. I'll send him a quick.
Well, in this case, like the only reason why the phone call would probably be even close to necessary is just because you're calling a business phone and you're going to try and get a hold of him, which he's working.
Oh,
actively.
I don't have his personal information. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no. You know the touring company that he works with as part of Central Park, but you don't have his personal info.
Oh, okay. Get voice. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll give him a call.
Yep.
Like he's actually weighing that in his head. It's like it's kind of late, but he seemed to be really wanting to know this. So I'll try. If I don't get him, I'll just call him in the morning.
Okay, so you call, and as it so happens, whenever you go back into your lodging, your phone
Watching,
rings.
like home.
Yeah, he's got home on.
Oh, so I didn't
on
get a hold of
campus.
him.
No, you did. While I'm talking to Bill though, because the phone
Oh,
rings as
oh,
he's
okay.
coming back to get his
Sorry.
stuff.
So he's just kind of cinched in, hanging Tarzan's back. He's just finishing buckling up, getting the lantern and all his kit set, and he's adding like a few extra flasks of deer blood.
Yep.
And he hears the phone ring and says, "You're testing me. I know. I know I don't want to pick up that phone."
Although in the future it'd be like, ba-ding, ding, 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 ba-ding, ding,
Hello,
ding,
this
ding.
is the McDonald residence. How may I be of assistance to you?
McDonald's.
On the other end, you'll hear a very bright sounding voice. And it's like, hello, is Lance available?
No, you called in my private residence. If you wish to talk with Lance Ortega, he says, let me see. He's like, you can hear him shuffling through papers.
Well,
Call him at this number. I believe it's on his Tasha's wrist or bother me if I can understand that. You call him, you'll get in touch. I unfortunately am doing a tour, a private tour, and will not be available. So, if you wish to facilitate anything, I would call Mr. Ortega directly at the following number.
D, the number
Yeah.
I called was the main office, wasn't it?
yes, and it rerouted to
Oh, okay.
his residential phone because again he's working and he's on campus.
Got it. It's like, sorry to have disturbed you, Mr.
Did you
what did he say?
recognize his brogue? His
Yeah.
thick manky Scots.
Absolutely, especially with his Sherlock Holmes style frickin' snapshot mental case that he had earlier. Yeah, he'll definitely realize that.
Let me do one check to make sure if I can make that leap. Because right now,
Well,
there's
if
a
Lance
bunch
is
of-
not available, and even though he says he's out the door, you know that he's the one who's directly in contact. So maybe
That's what I mean. Like, I
Yeah.
want to make a roll to do that.
Go ahead.
That next extra leap.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't. Yes, all of us know this stuff, but my character would be like,
Yeah, you're fine.
oh, these people are connected, but yeah. D10.
If only
This would
because
be-
you saw him at the diner.
Right. That's the one link, and I want to see
Yep.
if that I make that extra leap. Would this be investigation or
yes.
human
Well, no, it's
perception,
going to be
or-
an If you're trying to do like leap of logic like you did before, that's an intelligence essence check.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that again. I like those. What's the target?
7.
With your 9d10 and all your explosions.
So that tickles my memory, I guess.
Oh yeah, you
I was like,
recognize
I
the
recognize
voice and the
this
rest
voice.
of it, and
Well,
they
the
were
Scottish
together,
dude I met yesterday.
and they came in. Like Silva came in with him the night previous.
So I was like, hey, thank you. I don't think I know his name, right? I don't think I ever met Malcolm.
Yeah, you did.
It's like, did I meet him?
Yeah, because you guys also helped the girl that was on the street as well.
And
But
then
I don't-
he,
did we-
he
did we
introduced himself.
Oh,
as
I guess we did,
as the
yeah.
McDonald residence.
Yep.
This
Okay.
is Malcolm.
It's like, say, Lance might not be available, but you might be able to help me. This is Man, Hugh Man, at your service. I'm wondering, do you happen to know a gal by the name of Silva?
There's a long, pregnant pause. Now, why would you want to speak with her? She's not of my, he's trying to be polite, usual acquaintance.
Well, you see, last night when we met, you came in with the fine young lass. He's picking up a little bit of the.
Yeah,
It'll be
Trying.
great.
it'll be great.
And he's gone. That's it. He
Yeah.
just hung up.
Yeah, that's in character.
Power of cringe.
Malcolm just hangs up.
What's your number?
My phone number?
No. The digits that connect you from point A to point B with your personal communication device.
Sounds really technical. I give him the number, obviously.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
555 555 5555.
If I happen to be of her acquaintances, I will
You
give you
may
her
now.
number. You are a perpetual ray of light in a dark city, and a delight to talk to. But I unfortunately do have some business. If she is free, then she'll give you a ring.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Like,
Because he doesn't know Hugh really. He doesn't.
No.
He's not going to give
Yeah.
personal
and
information.
I wouldn't be pushing it because I'm gullible. I completely would understand, like, believe everything you just said. You
Yep.
could have lied straight to my face, and I would be like, sounds
So
good.
he walks out with a piece of paper, and
No, he's a messenger boy.
and now he's already given him Lance's number. He's gonna have that, and he's like, fine, I'll just give her the number. Just get done with this, get paid, and be done.
Right.
So he walks back out to beginning scene.
Right. And in this
That's
case,
a great way to end it. Yeah.
yeah. And we'll have to pick up whenever Danny is in mid-conversation with Silva.
Well, we can, because I won't be here next week,
Mm-hmm.
so we can like resolve it offline or whatever.
Yeah, well, in this case, like, he'll have a short conversation and Barnaby will take him out, so...
He'll just like right on the
Yeah,
head.
he's like...
It's okay.
like that, just...
It's regular nighty night trank.
Actually, it almost sounds like something they would do.
Right.
If Barnaby
I
gets
could-
pushed hard enough, yeah.
I could just see Night City just having like melatonin darts. Just
Oh, man. That worked out pretty well.
Well, I mean, the group's coming together. It's not like we're.
It's getting there.
Yes, I
This
had
is-
to...
We're 4 sessions in, and we still are not connected
That's
yet, which is
kind of
great.
how it works with real people, though. Like...
Right.
Yeah,
Two
well...
different threads, man.
It doesn't help that my brain is trying to recoalesce every couple of minutes here because that freaking drink, dude. I'm jamming on hard mode right now. Yeah. So you're gonna be out. Kind of a hint, wink, wink kind of thing. There's a damn good chance that I'll probably end up picking up a stream on this Saturday if I don't have anything interrupt me. Jamming hard mode. Hey! Got a cheer. Thanks, Cos. Jamming the hard mode. Yeah. It's just, yeah, well, I'll be doing that on this Saturday, and the rest of it should be kind of pushing through. We're going to have just you and Ken next week for Thursday, right? Bill
yeah,
and
I
Ken?
think Drew's out until after the 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then everybody will be collected back together, and I can start putting name tags back up. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Nice, nice. All right, so, yeah, I think we'll call our quits right there. Let's see if we've got going on. Should we be raiding? Yeah, I think we should.
We got 7 people. That's a good one.
Well, on that note, I need to get some sleep. So,
See you, Bill. Have a good
Adios,
evening.
Bill.
take care.
Bye, McDonald's. Mm,
I think you want one of
Mm.
these in chat. The
yeah.
fails.
I think
Yep.
so. I need to make fail dice for Danny. It just.
That was bad.
that
Like, I
was-
don't think I've ever seen the dice hate on you so hard.
oh
I
my
think they're about
gosh.
as annoyed as he is with the character at this point.
Right? No, you don't have any perception. No, you have no awareness. No, you
I
have
mean,
no
he is a
ability
kid, so I mean, it
to
could kind of work.
understand Gaelic. But I'm like throwing plus 12s out.
Yeah.
What?
And you get nothing.
Yeah.
Well, this one just caught my eye. I've got something that says Season 2 begins, masks a new generation.
And
This
they're
kinda-
not just about to end, right?
I'm going to find out.
That was so funny.
Yeah, they're like, oh god, we gotta stay on a little longer.
I,
But they
Personally-
did. They stayed on for like another half hour.
yeah, they were on for a bit, so.
You gave him that extra juice.
Speaking of juice. Anyway.
Give it the gas.
Yeah, I'm going to find out here in a little bit, but yeah, this is kind of interesting. I get to throw Humana into a much more magical standpoint than I was kind of expecting for this early in the game. but certain things just kind of fell into place, and because he's specifically magical, supernatural type things, makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, my character's pretty, like, normal. Like,
Yeah.
or vanilla, I guess is the right word.
Yeah, but that's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I think working within your constraints is always fun.
And these guys have been on for about 3 hours. There's a good chance they're probably going to quit it.
Maybe not that one then.
Our numbers are dropping down.
Oh yeah, people are like, oh man, they're leaving. Oh boy.
Yeah, maybe no raid tonight.
Yeah, no, probably not, because everybody seems to be clocked in at 3 hours and the rest of it. So, I guess we will refrain. In that case, I will just say good evening to everyone and have a fantastic evening. Nighty
Have a
night.
good evening, everyone.